So check this out. This is actually really awesome. Remember what gold did back here before? Remember back through the whole 2021, 22, and 2023. Now we went sideways through here with gold. And then we started to get a little bit of a breakout through here. And then gold started the very big up move. We do know there's another market that looks very similar to what is happening here back in 2023 on gold. There's another market, its sister, that could be getting ready for a big move. And this has been about a 12 plus year of nothing going on. And there could be about fireworks coming in this market. And I know there's going to be so many people that's going to be very happy when I talk about this market. Quick disclaimer, guys, and let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Hey traders, just a quick heads up. I'm actually giving away free access to my Mastery Trading course for a limited time. If you go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be the first link in the description. Alrighty, so traders, let me explain something through to here, okay? So I'm looking at gold here right now, okay? And I'm always looking at patterns that are likely to repeat. Now, let me do this here for a minute. Let me bring this over to here. Right, so one thing that I'm always looking to do is this, okay? So obviously gold is, just an update when I actually look at gold here. Gold is still in a very nice upward trend, okay? And as long as gold still sort of stays intact to where we are now, I don't see, okay, let me explain something here. I don't see gold making much more as strong moves now for at least another couple of months, okay? It's just probably going to go through another bit of a resting phase. And we do actually have, there's probably another few more trend lines I can use. That's the 50% Fibonacci level there. So we may even just pull back to this level through here. That's what we all do. That's what we may do, right? We may come down through to here or do something like this. And if we can hold this whole level through here, then maybe later this year, we're getting ready to have another move up, right? If we can get this over the next, say, 90 days, call it the third quarter of this year, and then maybe the fourth quarter of this year, gold picks up. So that's what you want to see here, right? You actually want to see this thing come back down a bit and hold this level and watch this trend line here. That's where we could actually start to see the market really bounce and really take off to the upside. See that through there? So gold is in a very strong upward trend right now. And I've been calling it for a pullback right now, only because we've just had very big moves to the upside and not a complete crash. But even if it did come back down to here, somewhere in around this whole 2,800, that level there, that's a roughly 50%. That is a 50% Fibonacci going from this low here and this low here. Makes sense? So we may be getting ready for another move to the upside, but for the next probably the third quarter of this year, I would say by looking at this level here and looking at this whole thing and looking at what's happened through here, if we are going to make a move and make a run for the 4,000 mark, right? What we want to see is we want to see probably the third quarter of this year, right? So basically for the next 60 to 90 days, probably gold's not going to do nothing. It's very tight. You can see what's happening here already. You're starting to see it already on the actual charts, right? So let me just go to this one here. All right, actually I'll bring up, yeah, let's bring up, I'm just trying to find the actual chart that has, where is it? All right, we'll just use this one here. Yeah, okay. So you can actually see what I'm looking at here, right? And you can see how we're basically very tied through here. So I'm just trying to find the exact chart I'm trying to represent. But anyway, let's take everything off the screen here for a minute. Or actually, I'll keep them back on because it makes it a bit better, doesn't it? So that's what I'm looking at there, guys. So probably nothing going on for, and what you want to see if you're a gold bug and you want to see this thing actually do make another move up to 4,000. You know, what's going on through there. So the one thing I'm looking for here is, again, we've just had, we need a bit of rest in the gold market, okay? So up, and then we go through a bit of resting phase, up. Again, I wouldn't be too surprised to see, again, maybe something going on. There may be, I'm just looking at, there's probably another line coming through here. So maybe all it's going to do is get through that level through there. I'm just looking at the angles. See the angles from here? Let me take you off the screen because that's the Fibonacci level. Don't need you there. So if you look at these, this is more like, I'm very big in again, like the price and time and stuff like that. And as you can see, that as I do my, call it a GAN fan, that's what we may do, right? So if we do hold here and continue just going sideways for a bit, just resting out, yeah, that's going to be another 4 or so months. And that's going to lead us into the later part of this year. And then maybe we go for another maybe 1-2 month big move, right? Because as you can see, we really can accumulate something quite big. So right now, this is what we're seeing right now when it comes to the gold market. Makes sense? So with all that being said, if we can continue holding through here, and we can continue holding this overall box through here from there to there, and we continue to hold this level, even if we drop down a little bit more, all right, even if we got down to this level, this is that level all through there. You have that level there, and then you have another one coming through there. And that's where I picked this one up through here, as you can see. Actually, that's wrong. Let me draw that again for you so you can see what I'm actually looking at. Right, so the levels are that through there to there. And then we have this point through to here to here. I'm just using the touch points, right? So we can see now, this is amazing, isn't it, guys? But I'm telling you right now, traders, and I'm not joking here by when I say this, it's just, wow, there's so many amazing setups right now, right? There's just so many amazing things that are happening right now. I'm just so grateful to be alive. I had like, what was that? 2.5 to 3 hours with a coaching session with my coaching clients today. Wow, it was just so amazing. Low, high, low, high, low. So if we do continue through here, what you want to see is gold just continued on this. If that happens, if we just base out like this and we don't drop down, you know what's probably going to come, right? Over the next 90 days or so, if we're not getting any strong selling, this is then going to ultimately lead to something like this later this year. Again, this is 2026 here. So maybe the last couple of months of this year is probably going to start to see gold start to make a move to the upside. So that's probably a pretty good bullish sign. So that's what you want to see if you're in gold, and what's going on from there. So that's what I'm seeing from there when it comes to that. Now, again, I'm always looking at the if scenarios, right? If we don't get a big drop and we just hold here, what does that mean and what could be coming? All right. Now, let's go look at its sister. This is where it gets so cool, right? Check out its sister. Now, the sister is doing, which is silver, right? Silver could be getting ready to have a nice move up here soon. I've been watching silver a lot lately. I'm like, hang on a minute. Silver's, right? Silver could be doing its thing right now, right? And look at this here. Let me show you this here. I want to show you this pattern here. Now, what is this pattern? This pattern is what? Whenever the market does a lot of support through here, and then we see that, right? And then we see that. What tends to happen is that we rally up, we break up our resistance, we come down and find all this support, and then we break back to the upside. So check this out. This is where it gets so cool, right? This is where it gets just amazing. Check out, this is silver here right now. What has silver been doing? See how it looks pretty much, remember I said before with gold, what did gold do, right? Gold is like hit resistance, hit resistance, hit resistance. Then it broke up, and then it came down, did this for a while, and then broke back up. Remember that just then? Well, look at this here, right? It's pretty much the same thing. There's the major support level. It was hitting it all through here. Now it's just been basing out through here. Now, what does that mean on the big picture? Firstly, we're starting to accumulate a very strong, nice upward movement from here. But if we do break above, if this continues to hold here, and let's go to, that's the daily charts. I'm trying to find, yeah, this is the one that I was looking for. All right, so this is the daily chart here, and this is the weekly chart. So we're seeing that, see that there? Actually, let's bring up this, I'll bring up this timeline here. That's much easier to see. So let me squeeze this chart up here for a minute. So this top left chart up here, that's the weekly chart through there. Okay, and we can clearly see what? We can clearly see this whole major resistance level all through here, as you can see. If we continue to hold here and we break out to the upside, if gold does start to do that through there, guys, then we're probably going to make a move to almost close to new highs. It's pretty amazing. And as you can see, traders, like for me, I'm all over these markets, right? Which means, like, you know, there's the platinum setup that I talked to you guys about, which I think is going to be an incredible move over the next couple of months. There's many trades that are happening right now, individual stocks. I'm watching all these markets, and again, I don't hate or love any of these markets. But when I start to see this thing set up, every now and then I'm like, let me have this a bit of a gift for the whole YouTubes, okay? And this is what I'm seeing here right now. And what I was mentioning on the thumbnail, I'm pretty sure it was after 13 years. And as you can see, after all this time through here, after all this time, which was roughly around, what is that? Yeah, roughly around 12 years. So around 12 years of doing nothing. After 12 years, an explosion is probably could be get ready. And again, guys, I don't care if this is an individual stock, silver. I'm looking to trade this, get into it, maybe hold it for a couple of weeks, maybe a month or more, maybe a couple of months, get out, make a lot of money, and go do it again on something else. And it could be whatever. It could be an individual gold mining stock. It could be the mining stocks, which mining stocks are looking pretty good as well too, right? And so that's what I'm looking for. So for me, as a trade basis, the first thing I do say is, if you look at this here, and this is where it gets so cool. I'll bring this up to here. So this is the, I'll do this from here. Okay, cool. So as we're seeing right now, we're actually getting a lot of sideways movement from here, right? See how we're getting just really just basing out through here, guys? Not really much going on, is there? It's like, where it's pretty quiet. And this is where like a lot of traders get bored. But I get excited when this sort of stuff happens, because if I go back to, say, my gold chart, when I was getting excited with gold, guess what? What was gold doing? Gold for me was doing what? It was through here. And especially, so this is a couple of years, especially through 2023, for about 6 months, even into 2024, I was watching gold very, very clearly. 3-4 months leading into 2024, and then a few months later, and then I end up capitalizing on probably a cumulative profit of around 600% return on a couple of trades overall, utilizing that. So that simply means if you're doing a $20,000 position on two different, that was on two different trades. One was a 500% return, roughly close to that anyway, and one was a, I think 70. You're looking at a almost a 600% return. So on and so forth. So that's what I really wanted to share with you today there, guys, on this sort of video here. I know this is going to be something that you guys are going to really enjoy when it comes to this level here. I'm always watching for these markets, guys, and always keep an eye on one of the most important patterns I see that works time and time and time and time again is that whenever we go through the boring, this here is what? Actually, this whole thing through here, which has been basically the start of 2024, has been what? Boring. This whole thing here has been what? Boring. Right, for over gold is hope, silver's hopeless. Oh my goodness. No one's talking about silver right now, right? Why? Because it's not doing anything. It's just like gold. Look, what's been happening for the last couple of months? Boring. You know what that means, right? Whenever we get boring, we're likely to start to see a nice move to the upside. So, traders, well, since you've actually lasted to the end of this video, I just want to let you guys know, and this is not going to be in the description, but if you go to johnscoachingsale.com, that's JOHNS, coachingsale.com, I'm actually running a special to my actual Inner Circle coaching program where you get access to me every single week and my top trading strategies. Normally $5,000, guys, but I'm doing a $495 offer. This is not available to the public. This won't be a link in the description, but because you've actually shown me that you're keen and committed by getting to the end of this video, I just want you to know that I'm still running that. It is actually coming down very soon. I'm not sure when you'll be able to see when the countdown timer on that page. So go, if you really need some help for the next 6 months, guys, go to johnscoachingsale.com right now to grab that special that I'm running, normally $5,000, because it is an actual coaching program where I'm with you every week. Now just for $495, and I'll speak to you guys real soon.